for police women. So, for people who threatened to spray paint a woman publicly, I wonder if Kali, the fiercest god, walked down the streets of Kuala Lumpur today, would you dare harass her? Now, with that concept, I approached a few photographers, a few dancers who were trained in the art of Bharatanatyam to collaborate with me and come out with our own version of a contemporary Kali. This was a crowd favorite. I burnt my hand to get this shot. Petrol was involved, but these photos transcended culture. People were sort of obsessed with it without even understanding why or the context of why I made these photos. Harshini has never been allowed to play the role of a goddess because she is dark-skinned. And so this is the first time she got a chance to play Lakshmi. Kenny shot these photos of Radhi in the streets of brickfields. My favorite photograph. I think this photo says a lot. The men sneering at her, but the woman sort of looks at her quite longingly, almost like, is this an experience I can have in this lifetime? And Saraswati is known to be of this stature. That doesn't matter how the world looks at me, but I am in essence of myself. And so these photos went viral. Top news in Malaysia Kini, they sensationalized it. Angry feminists, paints on bodies. Yeah, you can still go and look at some of the videos that's on Malaysia Kini's YouTube page and the comments that it got. Some asked me to paint their cobras. A lot of them body shamed me. But these photos, this work, my work, brought me to countries that I haven't been there physically myself. So my work went there first, to India, to Bangladesh, Singapore. It was exhibited in Paris, Belgium, London, before it came back to Balai Seni Negara. And of course, I was really proud of it. I felt like my work as an artist, this is what I wanted to do. I felt like I had sparked change. But it didn't last very long. One of the top universities then said, you can't wear a sari for your convocation. And this time, Cheongsam got, pulled in together with it. The following year, schools. So I moved on to other things. In 2019, I did an exhibition here in GMBB. We took up the entire 4th floor. I curated a show called Banana Leaf, where I invited artists associated with the Malaysian Indian background, about 50 of us, in various fields: documentary, photographers, meme makers, fine artists, toys. And we spoke about many different issues that impacts the Malaysian Indian community in a very in-depth level. I specifically want to share with you about this installation that was made by Veshalini and Dinesha called Roja. So they put out these saris and they invited people to write their memories or their feelings associated with this piece of cloth, of just fabric, right? My favorite sort of quote or insight that I got out of it was written by a mother. And she said, the first time I saw my daughter in a sari, I realized I have lost my little girl. For many, they don't understand the significance of tying a sari for the first time. It marks womanhood. It accelerates this body that I have to occupy. It changes how I navigate society. And so it's marked by an event called Sadangu. There's many different names in English. The puberty ceremony doesn't roll very well with my tongue. I was brought up calling it the attending age ceremony. You are showered with turmeric, milk, flowers, and all the women in your family get involved. This is a very common thing that you will see: more turmeric smeared on coconut, garlanded by jasmine flowers, cupped by mango leaves. It's something you would see a lot in like Hindu events. And later, she would change and tie a sari that is bought for her by her mother's brother. I don't know why it's not her father's sister's sari, but we follow the traditions. And the thing about this ritual that leaves me still confused, it sort of has a slightly sinister undertone to it. Because it feels like everyone else in the room is aware of what is happening to her body, except the girl who is going through the ritual itself. So when I shared my experience on IG, many urban Indian women got in touch with me and shared that they had similar experiences too. That they felt like they had no agency over this event. And I am not diminishing all of the spiritual and religious and traditional energy that was passed on to me during this event. But I wish it came with a practical application of what it means to navigate the world today. A guide about understanding my hormones, about endometriosis, about polycystic ovarian syndrome, about my rights to have an abortion, about sex education. And maybe moving forward, the conversations can be more open, that it doesn't have to be hushed for the girl, especially who's going through this event. And so if you see my t-shirt today, you'd find all the different elements that sort of encapsulates this experience. But I want to just finish the note by saying that the sari, at the end of the day, whether you want to wear it to a Thaipusam festival, to a convocation, or for the first time, feels like it's politicized and sexualized and, torn apart by everybody else except the woman who wears the sari herself. Thank you.